Hey yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to FPL Central. In today's video we've got my early Premier League predictions. Going to be predicting all 20 teams, where they'll finish. Let's get straight into it. In 20th place I have put Bournemouth. They're going to be signing Nat Phillips, and they've made some good signings last season. If they can get Todd Cantwell on a permanent as well, I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think they're going to finish bottom of the league. The signings are not enough. They are quality players, but I just don't think they're going to be able to do it. So 20th place for Bournemouth. In 19th I have put Fulham. This is a club that I have a bit of hope for. I think they have a chance to stay up. If they can get the likes of João Palhinha in the door, that's a great signing. Strakosha, Solomon, they're good signings. And maybe get a defender in. They like to sign a few players on loan. They could go out and get a few players on loan again. They could stay up. I've put them 19th place in the league just because that weak kind of defence, in my opinion. So yeah, 19th place for Fulham. In the 18th place, this was a tough one because there's a lot. I believe clubs have strengthened this season and there's a lot of quality. But I have put Leeds in 18th. They've obviously gone out and they've brought in the likes of Christensen. They've brought in Mark Roca from Bayern Munich, which is a great signing. But I think they're going to lose Rafinha and Calvin Phillips. It's all going to depend on how they replace them. They could get 70, maybe 80, could be more, over 100 million for both players, and they need to spend that money. They need to invest that straight back into buy themselves a new defence, get themselves a good backup goalkeeper, bring in a new forward, bring in a new midfielder who can replace them. I've put them in 18th place. It's a toss up between a few teams. So 18th place for Leeds. 17th I've put Southampton. It's brought in Gavin Bazunu. He'd be a starting goalkeeper. It's all going to depend on how he does this season. Obviously he's from Ireland. I'm from Ireland. He's a very good goalkeeper. He got player of the year in League One for Portsmouth, I believe, which was very, very good. Southampton, they do start well. They do go into good runs of form, they win 3 to 4 games in a row. Then they tail off and end up losing. They were the worst team in the league coming up to the end of the season. I think 17th. I think it could be very close between them and Leeds and Fulham as well. I think it come down to the last day or the second last week. But 17th place for Southampton. 16th place I put Nottingham Forest. I think they're going to stay up. Bringing in players like Dean Henderson, if they can get James Garner as well, to get him. They've got obviously that man Brennan Johnson. What a player he is. Did very well in the championship. Good young player. I do think they need to get a new fullback, because Jack Colback, anything with Jack Colback playing a fullback, very dangerous. They could get a new fullback, another new centre back, and maybe a new midfielder and a forward. I think they're going to stay up because they got the heart. Usually when 3 teams come up, usually one of them comes up, stays up, and then maybe goes down the season after. I think Forest going to stay 16th. And in 15th I've put Brentford. It's a bit of a drop when they finished last season, I believe, but they are losing Christian Eriksen. I don't think he's going to stay. They're looking for Manuel Dennis. To get him in, that'd be a great sign. I think 15th place is a good spot for them because they're not going to do as well as last season, usually happens. But 15th place for Brentford. And in 14th I've put Liverpool's Merseyside rivals, Everton under Frank Lampard. I don't think they're going to be threatened with relegation. I think they will strengthen the squad. 14th place for me for Everton. And in 13th place I've put Brighton and Hove Albion. They're losing Basuma to Tottenham. I believe they got 30 million for him, and they're in talks. Man City's in talks to get Mark Cucurella. That's their 2 best players. They're losing them. They're going to have to replace them very well, and they're going to have to bring in a new striker and a new centre back, in my opinion. 13th place for the current team. This is before they've made any transfers. So 13th place for Brighton. 12th place we got Crystal Palace. They're a very exciting team, I believe, this season. They're looking for, is it Sheikh Doucouré from Lens in League One. He's a very upcoming, promising midfielder, great talent. I believe he from Mali. Great talent. He could kill it in the league in that midfield. I do believe they need to go in for another midfielder, maybe like a John McGinn, if he's going to leave Villa, a new defender. But Palace, they're looking very well. That man Tyreek Mitchell's a great player. Mark Way, he was doing very well. If they hold on to Zaha, I think they'll finish 12th place. 12th place, Crystal Palace. And in 11th place I have put Wolves, currently in talks with a Fulham target, João Palhinha. I think he should go to Wolves, Palhinha, just because like it's Wolves. They love Portuguese players. I believe they're looking for Gonçalo Inácio, the young Portuguese defender from Sporting as well. He's supposed to be a very good player. So to get him in, they've lost obviously that man Roman Saiz, but if they replace him with Inácio, that'd be a good signing. Maybe bring in a new forward, because there's a chance they could lose Traore, and he's just not that good, is he? And it was a poor season from Raul Jimenez, but he just kept getting back into the swing of things. I think he'll have a way better season. 11th place for Wolves. And mid-table in 10th place we've got Leicester City. They have a chance to finish higher, depends on who they bring in. They are losing Tielemans, I believe, this season. Arsenal are looking for 40 million. They need to replace him. They need to get some backups. They need to get a quality bench, because last season they suffered very badly with injuries. They ended up finishing 8th place though, I believe. They recovered near the end. James Maddison was an absolute lifesaver for them. So was Jamie Vardy. I think 10th place for Leicester is, it's a perfect spot for them. And in 9th place we have West Ham. Once again, same as Leicester, they need to sign a striker. They've got only one striker, Mikel Antonio, and if he gets injured, they're screwed. And he had a great start to last season in the Premier League, but then he tailed off. They just about squeezed into Conference League, didn't they? Maybe not squeezed into it. They got squeezed out of Europa League by Man United on the last day. I think they can have a good run in the Conference League, and I think they have a great chance of winning it. So I think they're going to go for it. So I believe 9th place is a good place for them, because European football. So 9th place for West Ham. And in 8th place we've got Newcastle. I'm actually excited to see them. They've got good history. They deserve it. People can say Oil FC and all that stuff all they want. They deserve it. Like Man City, Oil FC, yes, they have no history. Newcastle are a club of history. They've been awfully run for years under Mike Ashley. I think they deserve a bit of this bit of spotlight that they're getting. 8th place I think is a good spot for them if they go out and make signings. The likes of Lucas Paqueta. He'll partner up with Joe Linton in midfield. Would be a great signing. And he'll partner Bruno Guimaraes in that midfield. So a few signings, I think they can get up to 8th place this season. So 8th place for Newcastle. And in 7th place I have put Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United. I think they're in a rebuilding process at the moment, so I think 7th place, the fans will be giving out the usual, but you have to back the manager. He's a great manager, Eric Ten Hag. I know I'm a Liverpool fan. I would want him to do well though, because he's a very good manager. He did very well at Ajax. That team, bringing 2 Ajax teams up to quarterfinals and semi-finals of the Champions League, which was amazing achievement. He's created players like Frankie de Jong, Matthias de Ligt, Anthony, Yuri and Timber. If they get Anthony and Yuri and Timber, they'd be great signings. So 7th place Man United. And in 6th place I've put Stevie G's Aston Villa. Almost did it on the last day of the season for Liverpool. Man City are just on another level, of course. That man Felipe Coutinho. They've also brought in Diego Carlos. They've brought in Boubacar Kamara. They've signed Robin Olsen on a permanent deal. I don't think they're finished there. I believe they might go out and sign another player too. So yeah, 6th place, they're looking at that project at Aston Villa. They've got great owners. It's a very good project that they've got. Very exciting to watch. 6th place for Aston Villa. In 5th place, I have put Chelsea. I know they're under new ownership, but they're going to suffer a lot from what happened last season, I believe. Losing Rudiger, losing Marcus Alonso, losing some of them players. Christensen. Mount hasn't been in great form for England recently. Neither is Reece James, but I think Reece James has got to be in my FPL team for game week 1, I believe. That game against Everton. But I just think 5th place, because Arsenal and Spurs and City and Liverpool have really made some great signings this season. So 5th place, Chelsea. And now we get into the Champions League spots, the top 4. In 4th place, they didn't get it last season. They just finished in 5th place. I have put Arsenal. They're looking to get Yuri Tielemans. They're looking to get Gabriel Jesus. They brought in that young man Marquinhos. If they get those 2 signings, top 4 is guaranteed, I believe. So 4th place for Arsenal. And in 3rd place, I think this top 3 could be very tight this season. Conte's Tottenham Hotspur. They're in a massive rebuilding phase now, and Conte is at the wheel. He is an amazing manager. He got them top 4 last season. One of the main men, obviously Son and Kane, but you have to give it as well to Dejan Kulusevski. He's 5 goals, 8 assists since he signed at the club in January on loan. He's re-signed on loan this season. and he's an amazing player. The young Swedish, I believe he's 21. They've also brought in Yves Bissouma from Brighton, one of Brighton's best players. They've also brought in Fraser Forster, a good backup goalkeeper, former England international. And I believe they're looking for, they got Perisic as well, I believe they're looking for Jed Spence as well, which would be a good signing. He really impressed last season. So I think third place, and I don't think they're going to be that far off second place. So I think they could be only 3 or 4 points. So let's get into second place. And in second place, I have put, drum roll please, second place, Manchester City. I believe Liverpool are going to do it this season. Maybe a bit of bias because I'm a Liverpool fan, but who cares? I'm a Liverpool fan, so I think Liverpool's going to win the league. But in second place, I've put Man City. I think it's going to be very close again this season. Erling Haaland, what a signing! To be honest, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I really do hope that he does very well this season. I think he's going to absolutely kill it. He's an amazing player and an absolute bargain. Was it 58 million or 60 million they got him on a release clause? Absolute bargain. He's a goal machine. I honestly think, like, the debate between him and Mbappe, I think he's clear from Mbappe. Mbappe's obviously a great player, but I think Haaland is another level. But in first place, I have put Liverpool, just because City are in second place because of their defensive depth. If they sign a few defenders, then it could change. They obviously are looking for Marc Cucurella, but he could be a fail because you know what they're like with fullbacks. First place, I've put Liverpool. Darwin Núñez up top, Mo Salah on the right, Luis Diaz on the left, Diogo Jota, Bobby Firmino, that man, Fabio Carvalho, Calvin Ramsey, new signing, Trent. Oh, what a team. They're going to do it this year, guys. Like, you've heard it here first. Liverpool are going to win the Premier League. I'm not going to tell you who wins the Champions League because there will be predictions out soon for that as well. But I think Liverpool's going to win the Premier League. It's going to be very tight. I think 1 or 2 points last day of the season once again. This time Liverpool gets revenge on Man City. If you've really enjoyed the video, do not forget to like, subscribe and leave your comments down below. Peace.